Arty peg, alright?
Susie was a little overserved last night.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a fun time last night.
Susie's the reason I would never drive Uber.
I have never experienced this in my life. I have never been around this, ever.
She's the reason I would never drive Uber, because if I had to drive people like you every night home, the way you were in the back seat when I picked you up,
Giggles.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I've seen you want to sing karaoke, kind of get sleepy, and fight with Eric. Like, those are the three things I've seen you do when you're that kind of little buzzy. That's it.
Who doesn't want to fight with Eric?
That's true.
I think everyone's fought with Eric.
Well, he's a loser, that's why.
That's not nice.
It's true.
He's listening. He's watching right
I
now.
don't care. I'll tell him, after New Orleans, honestly, I will tell him he's a loser to his face. He's a loser. I don't understand. Like, he's a loser.
Oh my god.
Like, he is.
It's the holidays.
It is the holidays. Happy holidays. It's true, though. Sorry, these are facts.
Alright, we'll start the show right now. Alright, everybody. It is the I-84 show, episode 38. Adam's on fire tonight. so far. We have a lot to talk about. It's been 3 weeks since the last show. And we have one more show before the new year. And, yeah, we're technically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, yeah. And then we might have one New Year's Eve, too. We might have a drunk show on New Year's Eve. I could go bad or great. I could be wild.
That would be yes.
Anything could happen. Anything is possible. We might... Oh, is it New Year's Eve or Super Bowl Sunday? Maddie has to fit into my pants. Super Bowl.
Is that really going to happen?
Yeah. Well, I
would love to see
in case
this.
you just joined us, well, you didn't know about this. Fatty Maddie, a.k.a. Who's his alias?
Oh, dude, he's our number one fan.
Yes.
Man.
Alex Wallace, a.k.a. Alex Wallace. I made a bet with him if... Oh, there we go. We have some reverb here. I made a bet with Maddie saying that if he could fit into my pants on Super Bowl Sunday, I'll give him $100.
You're gonna win $100.
Listen,
you're gonna win $100.
Maddie's got how many weeks? 6 weeks to probably lose 4 inches on his waistline. I don't think he's gonna fit around his legs.
I think you're gonna win $100.
I mean, well, I'm not gonna take his money. I would give him the money.
I would be like, all right, I'll take 50 to make him feel like he's not gonna lose 100. That's what I would do.
I'll tell him afterwards. I'm not gonna tell him now.
Yeah.
Although he's probably watching. He
Damn it,
is
sorry.
one of the 5 viewers of the show. But we have a Christmas
More like
tree.
500 viewers.
Oh, ooh. We have a Christmas tree here. The world's worst Christmas tree. You know, the wife told me when we were moving that we should have just left this in New Orleans and threw it away. But I insisted we take it because we had a pod and we had storage, and it was my own fault that I insisted on taking this thing.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, what's the alternative? Nothing.
Well, we're just gonna throw it away.
I mean, there are lights that are out at the base, kind of.
Well, I guess it is. Yeah. Well, I guess all these little thingies are supposed to light up too. These little pricks.
No, there are lights down here that
Oh,
are
there are
completely
lights on.
out. Like right here, gone. Look.
Yeah.
Gone.
Like, see, the pricks are supposed to light up.
Yeah, the
But-
ones that have lights on them.
I mean, it's better than nothing, though. It's
The
something.
thing sheds like an Arabian whistle cat.
It sheds like a leper.
I want to know what is blood on this Christmas tree too. What happened to this very fine Christmas tree?
What?
It's blood.
Why is there
I
blood?
don't know. It looks like someone got their nose punched and it's splattered. Look, there's blood everywhere. See this?
Hola.
Is that blood?
There is some. There is. Some
Oh, is
red.
that a reflection?
No,
can't tell if
it's
it's
not blood, but there's some red on it.
Yeah, where's that coming from?
It's not blood, but it's completely. That's weird.
That's our Christmas tree.
Huh?
People out there, do you prefer a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree? Ooh. I prefer a real Christmas tree. You know what's funny though? When you go to Florida, you know up here they always brag about the Christmas trees being from like Canada,
Yeah.
Nova Scotia Christmas trees. You know? Down in Florida, they all come from Wisconsin. It's very interesting. Even the people from Florida come from Wisconsin. That's where people from Wisconsin go to die. Florida. At what point?
Well, that is where everybody goes to die, Florida.
Well, I was going to say,
Right?
here's something. Here's a point to ponder. I don't know if there's even a point to ponder.
Point to ponder, I like this.
At what state, right?
All right, what state?
Do people at like what level? Like picture the country as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And there's an imaginary line that we're going to draw halfway through the country, right? Mm. Now let's, for the sake of argument, let's deal with east of the Mississippi because a lot of people west of the Mississippi, and they go in Arizona and California and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
But east of the Mississippi, at what point do the people who live at this point don't go to Florida anymore to retire because they're that far south.
I'm thinking one of the Carolinas.
I'm thinking the Carolinas too. Like,
Yeah,
I think like
it's the Carolinas.
I think North Carolina people may. No, I think they stay. I think from the North Carolina border, like cut across Tennessee, down does not retire in
I
Florida.
think we're in agreement on this. It's the Carolinas.
Majority,
Yeah.
though. But I think if you're north of Carolina, so like Kentucky and Virginia north, east of the Mississippi, those are the people that retire in Florida. Because I think if you live in North Carolina, you live further enough south that you could take like a quick weekend trip to Florida.
You have Myrtle Beach, and you have your own stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
You can deal with that.
I think Virginia's the last state before you go to Florida to retire.
I agree with you here. Totally.
In Massachusetts, everyone goes to Florida to retire.
They do.
Unless you die alone in a... You know what's sad, all these grandmothers that die alone in these cold... You know what I mean?
Actually, I was reading a study the other day though that said women who are like 80 or older
It's right up your
are extremely happy.
When their husbands die?
And that's the thing. They're happier alone than men are who are 80 than alone.
Oh, I bet.
Right, and I'm thinking, yeah, because you ran us into the ground. And
my grandmother was dead for, 10 to 13 years. My grandfather was miserable every single day. My other grandfather died. My grandmother had a boyfriend in 6 months. So, who has now been deported back to Massachusetts. And now she's single again. So any of the people down there at the Hideaway, Tam is single and looking to mingle.
I'll have to send you the study. It was saying that like women who are elderly and older are actually happier than men who are elderly and older.
I believe it. Oh yeah, because well, but wouldn't the men be happier because, like you said, the women beat you down?
They're dead.
Well, like I think
because they live longer.
Yeah, but at that generation, I think our generation, the men are going to be happier when the women die. Because
if they make it.
Well, this is why. I'll tell you why.
Because women live longer.
Well, no, it's not even that. It is the fact that back in the old days, the men who are like old now depended on their wives to do everything: their laundry, their cooking, the cleaning, everything. They weren't really self-efficient.
Yeah. Oh, it's catching up now.
The men our generation of men are very self-efficient.
Yes.
You could take. I think Eric Powers, who's 10 years older than us, that's the gray area between us and him. So I think he's almost self-efficient.
Yeah, and it's funny, we don't know the real numbers for our age demographic. It's because that's an age demographic that's still where men carry the blunt of things. But now that it's getting more even, it's going to kind of more balance out more, and who knows what it will be.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's going to happen is, I think when my wife dies, I'll probably be very happy. Because she beats me down every day. Just kidding.
Great.
She's not even listening, so it doesn't even matter. She's 5 inches away.
I don't beat you down.
Oh, she was listening. Oh.
Mentally.
I was just
physically it'd be kind of hot, right?
Oh, yeah. Put that on a t-shirt. Beat me down on Tuesday, wake me up on Wednesday. No, but yeah, I think the men, like now, like say like, there's some naggy ladies out there. I don't want to make this like, because everyone's going to say, you hate women. I love women. Put them on a pedestal.
It's a lot.
But there's some naggy women out there. I look at some marriages out there, and there's some men that I don't know how they function on a regular daily basis dealing with their woman as a wife.
Well, this is what eventually happens.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. And I've seen it over and over and over again.
Like the Nelly song?
This is what happens, right? So first it's like, let's do this together.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay. And then it's like, okay, why don't... Example, let's just say, why don't you and Adam go do that, and I'll just stay here. Okay.
Okay.
And then it's, why are you going out?
Oh, yeah.
This is the 3 phases that happen. And once you hit that last phase, and I've seen it not just one, not just twice. I've seen it like about 4 times. This is what happens.
So if there's 100 couples married out there, there's at least 50 of them that should be divorced.
Yeah.
And then the ones that are married, 25% of them should never ever even be married, period.
Mm-hmm.
But they are married, so whatever. There's only like 25% of the people that should be married.
True.
Well, it's because these people get married right out of high school. Do you
Yeah.
imagine if you
Or
married
out
a
of fear
girl?
of dying alone. Those people too.
Yeah, that's the other extreme. But imagine if you married the girl you dated in high school.
Probably not a good idea. Or the girl you lost your virginity to. Bad
Terrible idea.
Horrible idea. No, go out there.
Especially I never even
life.
seen her after the fact because I found her on Craigslist. So, I don't know what she's doing now. Maybe working a shift at the cabaret or something like that.
I would say that go out, experience life.
Just kidding, of course.
And then come back. And then
You know who you are. You're a nice guy.
As I cough.
No, but just think about it. It's what? How long ago since we were in high school? Almost 20 years?
God, you're right.
So we would have been with the same girl for 20 plus years at this point. and you're a completely different person than you were in high school.
True.
You know, so like now it's like, you know.
You've seen stuff. It's like going from the Civil War to World War One. It's like totally.
Guys get better looking as the years go on, right?
We can age like a fine wine.
Yes.
Right? Is that what we're saying? Yeah.
The prom queen in high school is probably not the prom queen at her office party at 33.
You're right, but there are exceptions to every rule. There are women that do age gracefully. I've seen a few. And it's like whoa. Like
but you know,
but I think it's more. It's definitely more common for a man to do that than a woman. But I have seen some women like wow.
Yeah,
like,
no, there's some good-looking 30-something-year-old women, especially the one I'm marrying. Wink, wink. So there, you hear that one?
No,
she only hears the bad stuff.
Of course,
only hears the bad stuff. You give her a compliment.
They're good at that. They're good at selective hearing.
She tunes it out. No, she hears it. She's storing it into a little box.
She'll use it later to manipulate you.
When,
she'll use it later to manipulate.
When the rage gets really good, and she's stabbing me one night in my sleep, and she's just thinking about all the things about this show.
Yep.
You know.
Probably.
It'd be a act of passion, if you will. Most.
What was the nice compliment?
I said there are some women who are good looking in their 30s, like the girl I'm marrying. Aww. And then there's some other than like some people that I used to date, if I look at them now. The other night, here's a story. You ever fix friends up with girls? Me and Joey were talking about this the other night.
I would never
Ronald double
do
back
this.
for the Lapers.
Because I feel like people have tried to do it to me and it never works. Never. So I don't want to pay that same courtesy to somebody else. Like it would have to be something that like.
See, I've done it out of the convenience of I'm hanging out abroad, but her friend's sticking around, so I gotta pawn off the friend.
Again.
So, but this is more in high school and college. It's not so much like now. Like I could give two craps to some girl and a friend that I can't go out tonight because I'm hanging out with my friend. I'll be like, then maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship. You know, you're 20-something years old. Time's expiring on the good-looking end of the wheel, and you better settle down quicker, a little sooner, because it's a 50-50 chance you're gonna be a fine wine like Adam out over here. I feel like you were like a grape juice in high school. Now you're like a Chianti.
Oh, thanks, man. A Chianti?
Chianti, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Honestly, that was one of the best compliments I've heard in a while.
Well, the reason I'm talking about...
that was very nice of you. Whether you meant it or not, honestly, thank you, buddy.
The only thing you lack is a hairline, but other than that...
I know, but I think it's stopped.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yours is getting bad, too, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
Remember we compared your license photos? You didn't realize
God, it was like in inches. That's a lot. Inches in 10 years.
We both know it's going to happen to both of us. Just, it's a matter of when.
I know I can always go bald.
See, I can't.
My dad looks so scary as a bald man.
You know.
Like he looks like a guy you wouldn't fuck with.
No.
He
now, if you met my dad with hair, he looks like someone you could push over.
Your dad's actually a pretty funny. I actually had to talk to him before you showed up for the election thing. Yeah, and me, him, and your mom were talking.
Bro, for cocktails with my dad. He's the funniest guy on the planet.
He's a good guy. Your dad's a really cool guy to talk to.
He has good comedic timing too. He could probably do stand up, but he's very shy.
I see that.
But if you got him hammered and put him on stage, I bet he could do a solid 15 minutes of funny jokes.
Look, I had
most of them about my mother. But I mean, take my wife, please. My wife said for her birthday she wants to go somewhere she hasn't been her entire life. So I say, how about the kitchen? Oh.
How about the kitchen?
How about the kitchen?
I know, but I think, it's funny because I remember I had been here for the Super Bowl and your dad, he barely said anything and he fell asleep.
Yeah.
And a couple times I've been around him.
You gotta get him, look it up.
Thing, fell asleep. And when I got to talk to him, when it was just me, him, and your mom, he was pretty funny.
It was like that too. My grandfather, his father, was a guy who was very shy, wouldn't say much to you. It was like one of those old Italian guys who would just sit there, the very few words kind of thing.
I know this kind, yeah.
But he had a few cocktails on him. I mean, he was telling inappropriate jokes from here to the Timbuktu. But what was the point I was making? The point I was making is, hooking up Joey with people. So when we were in high school, I was dating a variety of girls, including one of the girls, which was one of my first girlfriends. She had a cousin who was a couple years older than us. So this is before the days of like text messaging. This was like AIM type times, right?
Yes.
This is when you could only talk on your cell phone after 9 o'clock at night because it was free. Yeah. Now we're going way back into a time machine. The children listening to the show right now have no idea what we're talking about. They're like, what's AIM? What's the deal with AIM?
What's the deal?
What do you mean you can only talk for free after 9 o'clock? Now I don't even use the minutes I have. I probably use probably an hour's worth of minutes a month on my phone, if that.
I just have the unlimited plan. I don't even know what minutes are.
I know I do too, but when you look at the breakdown, I mean, I would never even go over minutes. But so we used to have to talk on the phone at like 9 o'clock at night. So it was like a struggle, you know.
Yeah.
So I hooked Joey up with this girl's cousin, who's her name was, she had a weird first name, so we used to call her first name plus face. So let's for example, let's say her name was Martha. We used to call her Martha face. Okay. I'm trying not to talk about names and speak to people, but so I fixed Joey up with Martha face. So Martha face never met Joey before, right?
Yeah.
So they were talking on AIM, and then they would, I think text message wasn't even around, and then they would call each other like late at night. This is before they even met each other, right? And then Joey met Martha face. Oh, I wish the Cheese was here. We have a friend named the Cheese who's now spending 5 years in prison. But the prison gave Martha Face the name Martha Face way back in the day, before when he was a free citizen, you know, before he went to a life of crime. But maybe maybe the Cheese is watching the show from prison. Maybe this is his hour of internet a day. He's watching the show. But anyways, so when Joey finally met Martha Face, or Ronald, I should say, double back met Martha Face. This is really going to get confusing for people trying to keep track. It was not what he thought it was. Because it was the days before, you couldn't take a picture. You gotta remember those grainy webcams you would get.
Oh God,
they
yes,
looked like a ball.
Yes, I remember that. When it's like if you moved, it would jerk
and
around.
And the pixelation was like
good.
at 8 megabits.
Yes,
it was like playing like Nintendo,
like a Game Boy.
Yeah,
like it was just,
yeah.
It was like it was filmed on a Game Boy.
So when you look at the picture, I'm like, I can't tell
bad.
if that's a hot girl or it's a steak dinner. Like I don't know,
hair,
like what is that? Is that a man?
What
Is that a woman?
Going on?
What is that?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I gotta tell you. Several times I hooked up Joey with it. So that was one time. Another time I was dating this other girl named Nadine. I was like, well, hey, old lady name, at the age of...
That's funny. I tried to hook up with
17. She probably was the same one. Was she from Saugus? Originally from Plainville?
I don't know where she was originally from, but Saugus possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she was significantly younger than me, so she had to be even significantly younger than you.
Then probably not.
She was probably like 4 years younger than me, or 3 years younger than me.
No.
Well, anyway, she had a friend whose first name was the same as her last name. Okay, so think of names, boy-girl names, that are very similar, right? It'd be like, I don't know. It'd be like if you were a boy, Stephen Stephanie. Picture that, okay? Now, picture the girl's name of names like that. But it wasn't that. It was something else. There's a Boston beer company that has a beer company named like one of the names, and you can use the other one to figure it out. We'll leave it at that. Okay. I'm just going to say it, because she's probably not watching. Samantha Samuel.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam.
That's not a bad name.
Sam. Now, Sam was as wide as she was tall. And she wasn't that tall. Okay? So I hooked Joey up with her. Because, like we said...
why would you do that to a friend?
Because back in the day, we couldn't go to the Square One Mall, just you, her, and I, because we were like 15, 16 years old. My mother would never just drop me off at the mall at 16 years old and be wandering around aimlessly.
But still, it's like, they're not going to think it's a good... I've been the victim of this. Like, why would you think setting me up with this person is a good idea? Because you have to bring a friend, otherwise you can't see the girl who also has to bring a friend.
So
you're thinking of you, because you want to be with that other girl.
It was a very selfish act, and he knows it very well. It had nothing to do with me trying to be a good friend and trying to get his pickle.
Well, sometimes you should be a good friend.
No, it was number one priority.
All right.
No, I'm never a good friend.
But then you should say, hey, you're going to play wing here. You need to have a wing here. You're going to do wing here.
Well, we were at 16 years old. We didn't know what wingmen were.
True.
You know? We did the Square One 500 every Friday night. We just lapped them all like lunatics.
Yes, I did.
My mother would give me $10 and be like, "Here, let it make it last." And I'll be like, "All right, well, we'll go get a coffee. That's $1." Remember that coffee shop that was upstairs near Sears? That was in that little really teeny one. It was in the corner. Do you remember that? We used to go there for a coffee because it was $1. And then if you went to Umi of Japan and you got a Coke, it was free refills, and it was only $1 for the Coke. It was the cheapest Coke in the food court. And I used to tell the guy, "You have the cheapest Coke in the food court." And he just looked at me like I was loony. And then I would get a cheeseburger at Burger King, and then I would maybe buy some candy at the candy store, which later on when I worked in the mall I was told never to eat candy at a candy store in the mall because it's infested with cockroaches.
Well,
Fun fact.
I believe it. And
that mall was a fest of wildness anyways. But so that was the second time I set Joey up with someone. The third time is the top-up. Third time. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the girl Nadine wasn't with Sammy Sam. That was another girl that I met on Yahoo Chat.
Ah.
Yeah, GeoCities Chat, actually. Yahoo had an
Oh,
audience.
God.
Still
GeoCities. Wow.
Do you know there's still like a GeoCities website out there? I had a handful of them. Did you ever?
No, I remember I was not part of it, but I was part. I did do Yahoo.
There was a blog on internet in the 90s that I was reading, and it said that GeoCities actually, this person is paying money to keep their GeoCities account alive. So they pay money to Yahoo to keep the domain GeoCities / whatever.
Okay.
That's just wild, right? I don't know what the site's about. It's probably about nothing. But anyways, so that's the girl who fixed Amy Sam up. She was from Andover.
Yeah.
Andover. Now this next girl, Nadine, was from Saugus. Her friend is the other one I set Joey up, and she was deaf.
Oh.
And I'd never told Joey she was deaf. They never talked on the phone. They never talked.
Why did they ever talk on the phone?
Because she was deaf.
But you didn't tell him that? He
No.
never questioned, like, how come I haven't spoken to this girl?
No, I said she had strict parents and she wasn't allowed to use the phone.
That's evil.
So I wish there was cameras around back then to witness. Because she was a good-looking girl, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she talked like deaf people typically talk.
Yeah.
You did it, not me.
I know.
I was waiting.
I'm just being realist here. I get it. You know.
And she talked very loud. And I think she had a hearing aid. Yeah. And then I fixed Joey up with a legally blind girl.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's an artifact.
No, it's a fact. This was years after. So now...
I can see shapes.
Well, it wasn't like she was legally blind, like she was like Stevie Wonder blind, like blah, 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 blah. Like she was like... She had really poor eyesight. She had to have like the bottle cap glasses.
Yeah.
So like technically, by law, you were legally blind. You know what I mean? Like you probably couldn't see Susie right now, but you could probably see the TV. So wow. Yeah, and Joey didn't like that idea either. So he's been a victim. It's probably why Joey doesn't have a girlfriend that we know of right now, is because he's been scarred for the first couple decades of his life of terrible fix-ups for myself.
I remember my brother tried to set me up with this girl once, and here's the thing: this girl was gorgeous, like way out of my league at the time. I was like in like late middle school, early high school, and
your brother, the current football backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens,
definitely. And so he tried to set me, and we're gonna meet the Square One Mall.
Of course.
The thing is, at that time, my dad was like. I was at an age where my dad was like, I'm not just dropping you off at this mall without knowing you found the people you're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly, because our parents weren't animals that let us wander aimlessly throughout the city.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck. So my dad is actually with me, because remember, he's not a cell phone.
I've done this before, yeah.
So he's with me
Okay.
in the fucking mall.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find this girl, and I have my dad with me, right? And here's the thing. I saw her, right, and she told I had a pay-as-you-go phone, I think. At the time. Not even, I don't even think, maybe.
Really? You have a phone?
Yeah.
What year was this?
It was like the 8th and 9th grade, but it was not a good phone. It was like a rotary. I think I had a phone. I'm trying to remember this.
Yeah, that's about the time. I got mine in 10th grade. You're a year older than me. So yeah, maybe you're right.
There are some things about this.
I've been a Nokia.
I remember the end result of this. The in-between part is a little hazy because, I'm like 34 now. So, I remember walking and I saw her. And I was like, oh my god, this girl is way too gorgeous. I am not walking up to her with my dad next to me.
No, you don't do that.
I just pretended that I couldn't find her.
Yeah.
So I called her the next day and was like, I'm sorry, I was at the mall, couldn't find you. And she's like, okay. Alright, well, that was your only chance.
Oh, wow, what a bitch.
I know, right? And that was that.
I call shenanigans on that one. Well, I had a situation like that with this girl who was coming down from Hanover, but she didn't have a car, obviously, because we were 16 we were 16 years old. So she wanted to go to the movies at the Showcase Cinema in Revere. So her mom drove her down. We went to the movies, and then her mom just sat in the lobby of the movie and read a book. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Now, I would have done that for my kid, because nowadays there's a bar at the Showcase Cinema, so I would have had a few pops while I watched the sports game while my son was potentially trying to get his pickle wet, and we'll go from there.
I noticed how some movie theaters...
I wouldn't do it for my daughter, though. My daughter's not allowed to do anything.
Nope.
When I have a daughter, she's not allowed to leave the house until she's 23 years old.
I'm terrified of having a daughter.
Yeah. And then I'm going to hand pick her husband, too.
She's going to hate me. If I ever had a daughter, she'd hate me. She'd be
Son,
awesome.
no problem. He's going to go do whatever the hell he wants.
She'd
Daughter,
love
no-
you until
no spring
puberty,
break.
and then when she hits puberty, she's gonna hate you. Same here. She'd hate me.
She will hate me because she'll be in lockdown. There'll be a GPS tracking device planted on her when she's born.
Yeah.
So I know exactly where she is at all time. And then when she wants to try to pull that BS shit on me, oh, I'm at Nancy's house watching, I don't know, Housewives of, Toronto.
Housewives of Toronto.
And we go, why are you at Makeout Point somewhere in Mount Hood? Probably, doing the naughty. You know? Susie, do you have a tracking device on you when you were little?
Huh?
Do you have a tracking device on you?
No.
No? Only child syndrome, Susie has.
I know. Whoa!
Tommy.
Tommy, hey.
Hey
Tommy
now.
has only child syndrome, and he's not the only child. No, Tom. Which worse? Only child syndrome or baby syndrome?
Like being the youngest.
Yeah.
Well, I am the youngest. It's awesome.
But you're the
I get away
youngest
with
of
a
two,
lot.
right?
You get away with a lot.
Yeah, but
But I don't know what it's like the other way around.
See, I don't think that's a good enough sample size. I think so. Obviously, the youngest gets away with a little bit more, but it's not that much more than the oldest. Now, when you have a big family, now I'm talking like 5. Say you have, so what's worse, the baby of 5 or the only child? What is the most difficult girl to deal with?
I think the baby of 5.
Is the most difficult?
Yeah, only because they've been. Here's the thing: like the parents have had to deal with like all the kids down the line,
Yeah.
and they've probably been worn down to a nub.
Yeah.
So they probably
No supervision.
No
Just kinda
supervision.
like,
They're off the hinges.
Yeah.
I mean, only child.
I agree.
They're probably disciplined a lot, but in the end, they probably turn out better.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think dealing with the baby's probably the worst. Especially because, well, here's the thing too. But then it comes to what's their entitlement stuff.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the babies aren't really that. Sometimes it depends what kind of family though. Sometimes the babies are totally let off to, like, for example, little Matty Monaco learned how to ride a bike by himself, and he was, he went to school and he got dressed, and he was all at the age of 2. Because by the time you have a 5th son, you don't care anymore. They just threw him out into the yard there. He was mowing the lawn and stuff like this.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's not the case.
I'm both. Only child and baby.
That's the double whammy.
Yeah.
Well, that goes about. That's contradictable. If you're the only child, you're obviously the baby.
I'm the only child for my mama, but I do have 2 older half sisters.
Oh, that's true. She does prove the point. Huh. That's where she gets some of her tendencies from. I agree. I would rather take the only child over the baby.
It's funny because as an adult, I even asked my dad because I was like, I love both my parents. They're both awesome people, and I remember asking my dad, "Hey, Dad, how come like you would yell at my brother, Ryan, so much more than me? He would get so much worse than me."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Honestly, Adam, it's because your brother just wore me down.
Yeah.
By the time you got older and it got to you, I just didn't have enough."
But it worked now.
Yeah.
Adam's brother's playing in the NFL. Adam's doing a Facebook Live show of me in my shitty apartment in Revere on a Wednesday night.
It's not a shitty
Next to a fig tree.
It's not a shitty apartment. It's
It's
a
alright.
serviceable apartment.
It's serviceable.
It's serviceable. It's not
Yeah.
bad at all. No.
It's like a dorm room.
No, because if there's a dorm room, there'd be clothes like
True.
on the floor right here.
Oh, there was at one point. They weren't
Okay,
mine.
well,
Yeah, they weren't mine.
okay.
Speaking of which, hey, I put my laundry in the washing machine. I just need to put it into the dryer.
I'll put it in.
Look at that. By the
Look
way.
at that.
By the way. Because you said you were going to do laundry anyway, so I did a head start.
I did say I was going to do the laundry.
Yeah, so I helped her. I put a little poop in my step. How was Celtics doing? 49, 43. Alright, so that was an interesting tangent. I wish I could never get the real numbers in the show when I'm watching it live. You know what I mean? I wish I could have a good feed of who's enjoying our entertainment.
Can I just say, since my Star Wars review, I have legitimately gotten 3 emails. 3 emails. 2 of them agree, 1 not so much.
I haven't read your review yet.
Well, because you haven't seen it, and that's probably why, because it's spoilers all over the place.
That's probably why I avoided it.
Yeah. Tommy just
ripped your mic right out. And
Tommy doesn't want to hear me talk about Star Wars either.
Stuck on his leg. Tommy's like, don't tell me what happens. I haven't seen the movie yet.
I will not say much.
So how do you feel about that UFC guy who's a douche and pretty much
We're
tweeted?
just jumping away from this right now? We're jumping away from Star Wars?
No, who tweeted about the spoiler in Star Wars.
Oh, I have nothing. I don't know about this.
Oh, okay.
Because I avoided a bunch of stuff before I saw it.
His name is Cody or something like that. He's from Oregon. He's a UFC fighter, and apparently he's a dingbat.
Oh, is it the guy Mark Hamill got after? He was pissed off that he said all that stuff?
Maybe. Is that what it is? Yeah, probably. So here's a story for you. Our buddy Eric Powers got pissed because our old friend J.R. Huffman posted the tweet that this guy posted saying something about, hey, I'll save you nerds 2 hours and 50 minutes. So-and-so's in this movie. Haha, you guys are nerds. One of you guys try getting laid. But JR scribbled out who the name was and what happened to
Even
the
though
person.
he saw it first, you nerds. I think it's funny how the nerdiest people see
Exactly.
it.
So Eric fires back at JR saying, hey, asshole, I can't believe you just posted that. But really, JR was trying to explain to him that, and he tweeted back to the guy that he was a dink. But then Eric was like, well, you just told everyone what happened, but you really didn't tell him what happened. But the stupid thing is, when you Google this guy's name, who said what he said, the first thing that comes up is his tweet, which is what basically JR blocked out. And I was like, God damn it.
JR.
But really,
A ghost from the past.
I'm going to tell you people here, really, honestly, if you fall into a spoiler of Star Wars, right, we pretty much know what's going to happen. We can kind of, I would say 75% of the Star Wars plot, we know what's going to happen.
Did you read anything? No. Did you read any of this? Into any of this, honestly? And, do you know anything? I'm not going to spoil anything for you if you don't. I mean,
no, I'm not going to spoil it on the show either.
But do you know? I'm asking if you know anything.
Well, just from what I read from that guy, but I'm not even sure if it's 100% true.
We're still within a week, so I'm not going to say anything if it happened. I mean, if it's been a month, I'm going to talk like off
I'm
the
seeing
wall.
it Saturday.
Cool.
So,
but I'm going to say this: I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing is, I feel like it can't be completely graded only because it's the middle saga of a trilogy. So it's meant to leave you feel kind of awkward.
It's a bridge,
right? Exactly. So the next film could either make this film better or worse.
Yeah.
Like it could be downgraded. I gave it a 6.5.
Like Return of the Jedi made Empire Strike Back so much better.
But I gave this movie a 6.5. That's the thing. And judging on how the next film goes, it could now be an 8 or it could be a fucking 5.
So, would you agree though? Return of the Jedi made Empire Strike Back better.
Yes.
And Revenge of the Sith made Revenge of the Sith was the third one, right?
Well, no, the second one was Attack of the Clones.
No, that one didn't work out. No,
Revenge of the Sith wasn't bad because actually you saw it.
But the Attack of the Clones was kind of like, I felt like it was shoehorned.
It was.
I think
they had a movie.
And they shoehorned the fact of getting the idea of the stormtroopers and all that, like the whole basics of that.
Yeah.
Which I think all that was trying to. I think they try to cram way more into Attack of the Clones and pick up more information to get to Revenge of the Sith. Then Empire Strikes Back kind of was a nice flow. The first 3 movies, right, had a nice rhythm to it, right? There was the procrastinist wins in this one. The protagonist wins in this one. You know what I mean? It was so. It was a nice, and then it all came together at the end. And now, if the history of time, you only had 4, 5, and 6, that would be a complete movie. You would seen.
Yes.
You start off the movie with a teenage Luke Skywalker, and you end with a little bit more mature Luke Skywalker. So it was a portion of his life.
Yes.
And I think that was very fulfilling. Now, in the first trilogy, I didn't feel that way leaving. I felt like they rushed Anakin's life too fast. So instead of I think they could have maybe even spread it out and had Anakin as a kid, Anakin as a teen, and then I think they shoehorned too much information in the first 1, 2, and 3 to make it kind of enjoyable. And maybe they did it so they can have these little side ass movies like they did with Rogue One and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that I thought what was episode 7? What the hell was it called? It just slipped my mind down.
Oh my God. Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I thought that was done very well.
It was a nostalgia movie. They had to get people reinvested. It was a rehash of A New Hope, but it's fine. It was a movie for the fans.
It was.
Now, this movie, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm saying that it's a movie that is on its own. It kind of, and a lot of people are praising it because they're like, "Oh my god, it's so different." It went in ways that are like, so like.
But did it really though, or was it just a
No, it is very unpredictable.
Okay.
But here's the thing: just because that's why people are praising it, but just because something's unpredictable doesn't mean it's great.
Yeah.
It has to. And the people are like, "Oh my god, it destroyed my childhood." This movie, it didn't mean. But here's the thing: it has to at least fit the trilogy in front of it. Like, it is part, so it should blend with The Force Awakens.
It should.
There are plot elements that should blend with that. Right?
I wouldn't mind if, by the time Episode 9 comes out, the dark side rules the galaxy. I mean, that would be a twist that no one would ever see coming. You know what I mean? The Jedis lose. The Jedis are done.
But the thing is, it was annoying a little bit because I felt like the guy who wrote this, it's almost like he was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do what I want. And not just ignore several things from The Force Awakens.
Oh, did he really?
Do his own thing.
Oh, no.
Like,
you can't do that.
That's what I mean. It has to fit the continuity.
You have to fit it.
The continuity of its own trilogy. Like, I agree. It should be its own trilogy.
It should.
But it can't neglect its
own
films within the trilogy.
Happen. No,
but people are like, it's so different.
That's
it's so...
No, you can't do that.
But you'll see, it's like, okay, how come this happened? Now, what? Oh, did we forget this from the last film?
Yeah.
And you'll see once you watch it. And it's funny, because I actually liked it walking out. It took about a day or two to marinate in my brain for me to start picking it apart and be like, wait a minute.
Star Wars, I've always done this, and I've done this ever since I've seen... I remember when they brought... So when 4, 5, and 6 came out, I'd never seen it before until they remastered them in '97. That was the first time I ever seen them. I'd never seen them growing up as a kid. Anything. Well,
What made you actually want to actually see it?
Well, actually, the funny story is I got a VHS trilogy.
Nice.
For Christmas one year from like a great uncle
My
or something
mom had
like that.
Nice.
It was like a random, and it was the what was it remastered?
It was remastered, but obviously the new scenes weren't in there. Like I know.
Exactly, it was remastered, and it was before they released it to the movie theater.
Yeah, it didn't have like the Jabba the Hutt like in A New Hope.
Yeah, it was like a human for Jabba the Hutt. Like it was like
no, that wasn't even there. It was just remastered. They got rid of the cutout part. Like it was. Yeah.
So I remember when they came to the movies in '97, they released them all remastered and stuff like that. So I started seeing them. But every time I've seen it, I always seen it twice because I remember when we waited in line in '99 for Phantom Menace. You know, we've seen the midnight show. We all dressed up as Star Wars characters. The old Showcase Cinema in Revere. While it was under construction with the new one, we had to walk through this weird tunnel and go to the old theater. It was crazy. And I remember seeing it the first time, and I was like, "Oh, all right, cool." It all kind of it sets you back a few years, and then you got to try to. It was tough because you remember how Return of the Jedi ended, and then you got to bring yourself all the way back 20 years into the past to try to fit it all together. So I seen it twice, and it was the second time you see it that you start picking up things that you didn't ordinarily see the first time, and you can kind of really start making it fit. And I thought the first trilogy, 3, 4, and 5, is the best. I think they did a decent job with Phantom Menace. I think, like I said, the clones.
Well, Phantom Menace kind of was what trade disputes. It's kind of boring. It was kind of.
Yeah, but it kind of gave an idea of where Anakin came from.
True.
Which was nice. Whereas in the Star Wars, like in A New Hope, you have no idea what happened to Luke's parents until a year ago when you seen Rogue One.
True.
So now it was missing that flavor. Like you seen Anakin as a kid almost popped out of the womb. He was like 6 years old, and then you see, and then when you picture 1 through 6, you see Darth Vader from when he was a kid all the way to he dies.
Yeah.
Right. Now I don't know what happens to Luke Skywalker. I don't know if he survives. I don't know if he dies. I don't know what happens, but we're going to miss that piece because we never seen Luke as a kid. We only seen Luke as a young adult.
True.
So we don't know what happened to Luke between Episode 3 and Episode 4. We kind of have a taste of it from Rogue One.
Yeah.
And what I'm more...
Rogue One? Luke wasn't in Rogue One.
No, he wasn't. No. I mean, you get a sense that he exists because of the way the galaxy worked, right? Because how the message was put in... When I think of Rogue One, what's the one that came out last?
Yeah, Rogue One was last year, but The Force Awakens was the year before.
No, Rogue One was the one where we found out why
that was the plans
has
to the Death Star.
The plans of the Death Star.
No, R2-D2 had like the map that to lead to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
that was The Force Awakens.
I guess he wasn't.
You should watch The Force Awakens before you go
right.
into The Last Jedi.
Okay.
And then I want you to read what I wrote, and I'm pretty sure you're going to side with me.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident you're going to side with me.
Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm actually looking forward to the one that comes out next year about Han Solo.
Han Solo's, yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting.
You know what I'm worried about, though? Because it turns out that Han Solo is not his real name.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that it's not the way he got it isn't something cheesy. Like, he had to go solo.
Oh,
And it's like...
stupid.
It's directed by Ron Howard. I don't know. He's very...
He's doing the Han Solo. What's it called?
There's no official title yet.
Okay. But it comes out next year, right?
Yeah, that's the next year's movie.
Yeah.
And then episode 9 is the year after that. Yeah.
And it's funny because Disney owns it now.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to milk every... You know there's going to be a 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, there's
Star Trek in this.
No,
thing, you know?
they already decided this trilogy is going to be over. The whole Skywalker thing is going to be over after 9.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a new trilogy that has nothing to do with them after that.
Okay, so the other part of the galaxy, something's going on.
Yeah,
at
something
the same
else
time.
somewhere, yeah.
Oh, which I like that better than trying to keep the... And then at some point you have connections. Like the Star Trek, The Next Generation, and the original Star Trek have flavors that connect the two, but they're not necessarily coinciding side by side into the movie world. But they do have things that connect to the two.
Yes.
So I guess that's probably what they're doing. I mean, if Disney is investing as much money as they are into Star Wars land, right? Like it's a whole section of a park they're building, right?
Oh yeah.
That the lifespan of that's probably a good 20 years. So that means they're going to be popping out as much movie television crap for the next 20 years to make that Star Wars land marketable. Just like, see, this is where Universal missed the boat. This is where Disney's a little bit smarter than Universal is, because after the Harry Potter trilogies all the movies were over, then they opened Harry Potter Land, but there's no new Harry Potter material coming out. It's all based on the books. You're based on the generation that just grew up to go there and read the books. So the kids who are now going to Universal really have no clue. Are they going to get into the Harry Potter books? You don't know. But you kind of missed the boat on this. Now, Star Wars is what they're doing, is they're relaunching, or Disney, I should say, is relaunching. They have these 3 trilogies coming up. Their goal is to have Star Wars Land open next year by the time before Episode 9 comes out. So now you have these kids growing up who are obsessed with Star Wars, like the kids were in the 70s. And now you have 3 generations of people excited to go to Star Wars Land. Whereas Harry Potter Land, you have 1 generation, perhaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
But that's the difference between Disney and Universal.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
always the difference. And who's here? It's Ronald Doubleback.
Doubleback talking to me because I really want to pee. Like scale of 1 to 10. I'm at about like up in 8 right now.
We'll do a bathroom. Yeah.
Really bad. Hey, Doubleback. What's going on?
Doubleback's
You
there.
need to come here and fill in for like 5 minutes because I really gotta pee.
I just worked 12 and a half hour shifts.
That's awesome. Come sit here. Literally, like 2 minutes.
I can't advertise.
Damn it.
Like 5 minutes.
I can't wear red anymore because I always feel like did I ever tell you the time where I went to I was wearing khakis and a red shirt
Yeah.
just by chance, and my bank, the ATM is at the place he works. So I was there, and all of a sudden I was walking around in a group of people, and it was an orientation for employees, and they must have thought I worked there. I was just
Oh
kinda
yeah,
fell in.
yeah. I think I remember you mentioned something like that.
Kind of just wandering around.
I mean, nowadays, you know, with the way violence is going on, people can mistake you for blood and get shot.
True. It's that whole store. So isn't it kind of coincidence that the Bloods and the Crips are red and blue, right? And the 2 big store rivalries are red and blue? Target's red, Walmart's blue.
Oh yeah,
You
never
know?
thought of that.
And then you got Best Buy, who are the Latino Kings, the yellow. They jab it every once in a while. What's the other one? MS-37 or something like that?
Oh god, yes. And it's funny because Boston has a gang problem. One of my best friend, he's a Boston firefighter, and he was telling me that they never acknowledge it because they don't want it in the news.
Yeah.
But there is gang problems because the firefighters they got to pick up all the bodies.
Oh yeah. When you hear the fact that the firefighter, there's some crazy people that shoot firefighters too. Like the guy that set the house on fire, waited for the firefighters to come in and shot him through the door.
I don't remember that.
That was a couple years ago. All right, so we got a Merry Christmas from Alex Wallace. Maddie's not watching, so that further.
Merry Christmas, Maddie.
Merry Christmas, Maddie, aka Matt.
And Alex Wallace, if you really are a person and not Maddie, but
Alex Wallace hasn't denied it.
Well, Alex Wallace apparently is personal security, so he's going to come for us on our next adventure and be our security
That's
guy.
true, he did.
So he did volunteer. Yeah. And he was invited over to his apartment anytime he wants to. He lives out in, like, middle of Massachusetts somewhere.
That's true.
So,
He's from around here. He went to school. Like,
my aunt says, why is Susie washing dishes?
I'm cooking.
Oh,
drinking
there
coconut
you go.
water.
And yes, since you want to know who's drinking coconut water, let me just answer your question. It's Adam Mallet. So glad my aunt and Alex Wallace.
Doubleback, get over here. 2 minutes. I really gotta pee. Just come back over.
Adam's having an issue right now.
I am. I'm at like a 9.
Do you need him to hold your hand?
No, I
No, they need a switch.
You can't let him sit there.
So there we go.
Oh,
So,
I see.
ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a long time, I'm Doubleback, Ronald Doubleback. We were just talking about all the girls I fixed you up with in the past. Adam, I need a beverage when you come back, so keep that in mind.
What do you want?
Oh,
I
beer.
could have grabbed you one.
Sure.
What is up?
You're gonna need Susan
World.
Opener.
Susie, over there. Please.
Malik's watching. My cousin Malik's watching
How
as
is
well.
the world?
Malik?
Yes.
Is he white?
Finally.
No.
I just want
question,
to thank everyone in the world
Yes.
For-
Look at Kyrie Irving is this Doubleback. I can't tell.
for shopping online,
Yes.
making my life miserable on a day-to-day
Thank you,
basis.
sir. Look at that service. So here's the thing. Working, shopping online. For you at home, it's very, very simplistic. You're sitting in bed. You could be naked. You could be on the toilet. And you're buying your Christmas gifts while you're driving to work, texting illegally. But what happens is this guy has to walk the distance around the sun over the course of the holiday season.
34,000 steps today, guys. Thank you.
How many have you keeping track of the miles that you've walked since the holiday, since Black Friday?
No, it's I probably could have walked down to like Sturbridge or something by now.
That's only 90 miles. You're doing 11 a day.
So it's probably way more than that.
I think if you're doing 11 miles a day, say,
Probably 8. Let's average 8.
let's say 8. Say it's 30
Over
days.
30 days.
Say there's 30 days. 8
Sure.
times 30 is what, 240 miles?
Yeah.
You've walked. That's equivalent to New York City plus some. You're almost to Philadelphia. You're at Atlantic City right now. So in the course of 30 days, you walked from Boston to Atlantic City. Because it's 300 miles to Philly.
Yeah. It's 3:18.
Yeah. So,
You gotta remember, on my days off, I barely walk, so
yeah.
I probably could get there in less than 30 days.
Well, probably, and you figure you're walking at a more constant pace. So you could do one of those mega marathons if you wanted to.
I'm all set, thank you.
Now your cup of tea. What kind of beer is this? Oh, this is not what I thought it was. I thought he gave me a porter, so I mixed it with another porter. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting taste.
Good to go.
Anyways,
Wait, if the Celtics are playing, Kyrie's right here.
yeah, I don't know. I'm mind blown right now.
Come on, buddy.
We haven't had this get up in a while here. It's the Christmas episode.
It is a Christmas episode. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How are you?
I'm
We
awesome.
were talking about all the girls I've hooked you up with in the past.
Yep.
Yeah, as you can see, they've all worked out well.
They have all stuck like a wet Band-Aid. We talked about Star Wars, which you're not a big Star Wars fan, are you?
No.
No, me and Joe, we've never had Star Wars conversations in the 25 years we've known each other.
I've watched a Star Wars episode to completion.
Do you do it because everybody else has, or do you do it because...
I've had the same way
I
with
was
ladies.
never into sci-fi
Just because-
growing up.
Okay.
I got into it a little bit into sci-fi, but it was like certain TV shows that I liked that had sci-fi aspects
Like
to
the
it.
X-Files? Were you an X-Files guy?
I was
I was
X-Files
an
guy.
I was an
hated the
X-Files.
X-Files.
I love the X-Files.
I was an X-Files guy. That was weird. I used to watch X-Files with the Filicamos
Oh, yeah.
way back in the day.
Yeah. Twins.
But I don't know. I never
It
got
didn't
into
look
Star
like
Wars.
twins.
Hey, the Filicamos, hey.
There were two
Never
twins.
watched Star Trek. Is
I
that the same
hated
thing?
Star Trek.
I
Yep.
wasn't in the Star
No.
Trek.
Same thing.
No.
I thought it
Completely
was
different.
just a TV version of the Star Wars.
No.
I'm
This
just
Star
kidding.
Trek. No. You want to get angry? You want to see some angry nerds? Start talking
Yeah,
saying
oh,
that
God.
Star Trek and Star Wars are the same
Oh,
thing.
man, that'd be
There'll be
fights in
people
the street.
knocking on our door. That guy, another guy who lives across the street, who walks around in his underwear. The fat guy in the underwear. He'll be over here. I bet he watched Star Trek. I bet he's a Star Trek guy.
Imagine he's a Star Wars guy and proved you wrong.
If he's a Star Wars guy, then he's coming over to watch the trilogy. Susan has not watched one episode of Star Wars, and she wanted to come see, episode 8. But I'm like, you really got to sit down and we really got to put a basis
So,
on
let
it,
me
some
ask
kind of
you,
knowledge, So you can start at 1 and let's work
My
it plow right
boss,
through.
one of my bosses is a huge Star Wars guy.
Okay.
So he's probably invested like $30,000 in like building sets and
What?
shit like that.
Oh, yeah,
he
me-
builds his own Legos from scratch.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's a little much.
Oh wow, that's
Alright.
extreme.
He
Not
also-
using the sets.
Do you know
using
the Salem Church that they took down a few years ago?
Salem
The church in Salem.
No, I'm not familiar with this.
Neither am I.
They took it down and converted it to like apartments.
I don't know what they did.
So
but
what do you do?
He built a Lego set. He built the church out of
That's
Legos.
very expensive because to buy the individual Lego
Some of the pieces cost him like $15 each.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's very, very.
Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Well, actually, I do want to talk about this. See, when I see like a Lego thing, like remember the David Ortiz Lego thing?
Yeah.
I'm thinking a machine had to freaking construct that.
Well,
how do you know how to put the
It's
pieces
not.
in
It's
certain
so,
ways?
well, it basically is when the Lego people, those Swiss are smart people. They you could put in like say how big you want it to be, and it breaks down like
How many
levels.
pieces you need? How
Yeah,
many-
it
it's not
kinda
like they're
gives you-
eyeballing it. Like, okay,
No, it gives you like a terrain of. It kind of gives you an idea of where you turn, how you turn it, shapes it for you essentially.
So, what you do for the houses?
Basically, it's the
Yeah.
same idea.
All right.
It's when you get the nice detailed models; those are all by eye and all by. That's a little bit different. When you're doing the life size stuff, I don't think that's that impressive. Then when you get the nice like tabletop models of like the the 8th scale of the buildings and stuff like that,
Alright.
quarter scale, those are cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
Those put movement on my pants.
So anyway, what's the order of Star Wars movies?
Well, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3,
So
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not like Fast and the Furious. So 1 and 7 and 4
how would
and
you
3.
if you were to watch it from the beginning?
It would take you a good day.
It's 27 hours. We figured it out.
Figure 2.5 hours episode.
And there's 9.
There's 9. Well, there's only
We're
8 right
missing
now.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one.
But
that-
if you get the fillers, if you get like Rogue One,
so
The prequel
if you were
trilogy
to watch
is
it,
suffering.
if you were to watch it, like in order, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
yeah, it would be 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 3, 4, 5. And Rogue One will be a little bit of a
No, because Rogue One is like it would be Rogue One.
Rogue One comes
A
between
New
3 and
Hope.
4.
Rogue One should be the first one because it's how they
no.
got
That's
the
what I'm
plans
saying.
of that
No,
stuff.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
you watch 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6,
Yes.
and all Rogue One is like a tangent.
But it's,
So like a
it was a decent movie, but it was kind of
Which
pointless.
one's Rogue One? That was last year's.
that was last year. So picture like how do I example? Say you're driving down the highway, right, and you're hitting the states, right, and you get like so you get New Jersey, and then you get like Maryland, and then you get Delaware.
Smash.
But when you get to Delaware,
Flipped on that.
when you get to Delaware, you decide you're gonna go right a little bit. You go to DC.
That's true.
You're gonna get off at 95 a little bit. You're gonna go to DC, but then you're gonna get back on the road again. And go to Virginia, Carolinas, and then when you get to like south of the border, you decide, I'm gonna go a little bit west. And then you come back on over again and keep on going down. That's what's basically. It's a little speed bump in the way life is made.
But if you wanted to go in order they were released, it would be 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Well,
what's
yeah,
the
1,
proper
2,
way to
3.
watch it?
Yeah.
Is
That's debatable.
that's
Well-
what I'm saying. Like everyone has a different opinion on
Yeah.
it. Proper.
Adam and I have learned to watch it 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3,
Now 4, 5, 6.
7, Rogue One, 8.
4, 5, 6. Technically, the first 3 that came out.
Yeah,
First three in the
original.
70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that you watch it date by date. The 70s, 90s.
By release date,
You
yeah.
could, but
That's-
but you're gonna go back in time when she gets to the 90s.
I
But
think.
that's the right way. That's the
See, I would watch
That
it
is
by
the way
release
that
date.
most people have watched it
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
how it's come
that's
out.
all. Yeah, it's all.
I would
divided.
watch it by release date because honestly, if you start from the beginning,
You're gonna be
like, 1, 2,
disappointed
3
with the
Yeah,
graphics.
you're gonna give up because you're gonna be like, oh god.
Do you know what's funny though?
Yeah.
And this is what's going to happen. I don't want it to happen, but I know it's going to happen because this is how the society works. Is that there will be a remake of 4, 5, and 6 with new characters, or maybe not. Maybe
same characters,
maybe
new
30
actors.
years from now they'll do a remake of the entire 9, so it's all in order and the technology and everything flows better. Like
either
30
that or
years
they
from
have
now,
15 more movies.
when
out.
we're ready to die,
How will I be? 30.
Well,
yeah,
that's not ready to die age yet.
I'll be like 70, 80.
when we're 80 years old, we might have to see 4, 5, and 6 remade.
So let me expand on that a little bit. When you're 80 years old, you really shouldn't be watching Star Wars.
Well, there's plenty of 80 years watching Star Wars. What's that supposed to mean? If you're 80 years old, that means you were 50 when they came out originally.
I don't know. It was part of your life. Man.
Yeah, it was part of your
And
life.
that's considered your youth at that point, right? So
I mean, the only difference between watching Star Wars at 50 and watching Star Wars of 80 is the difference between watching Star Wars when you're 20 and 50. I mean, you were probably on a day getting a handy, back in the 70s watching,
I
3,
still
4,
feel
and
like
5.
I still feel like the best
You know,
Star Wars
1, 2,
episode is
and-
the one I've never seen.
1, 2, and
And that's all of them.
1, 2, and 3 come out, you're bringing your son. And, in 7, 8, 9, you're on life support on an oxygen tank, probably because you smoked a lot.
Have we really only scored 60 points and it's in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, they've scored like nothing in the third quarter. We had almost a 20-point lead at one point.
Isn't Miami on their D squad today too because of injuries?
Yeah, and Kelly Olynyk is an all-star. It's Ronald's doubleback's favorite player of all time. The Olynyk.
You right?
If you're watching at home, it's not an illusion. That is a green shirt, and Joey is wearing a green shirt. It's not like we're looking at a green screen right now. Because I'm watching it on the monitor here,
What does it look like?
and it's a lot of green. There's a lot of
Go
blue.
get my Olynyk jersey.
Blue, green.
true.
You have an Olynyk jersey? God, imagine. Be the only one sold.
He's a good guy.
Is he?
I like him.
He's a giant. He's bigger than
One of the
we
best
think.
three-point shooters in the league. Believe it or not.
Don't you just want to strip him down and run your hand through his greasy hair?
Not really. I mean, that what exactly.
Can you
was it.
imagine?
Money.
Can you imagine that? You ever see that picture that Burt Reynolds took back in the 70s where he's laying naked on a
Is that the
Speedo?
tinfoil guy?
I've seen that photo. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What?
Is that the foil guy?
No. He's the one who was on what movie
Reynolds
was-
rap.
I remember in Boogie Nights. He was in The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just picture him, and he has that picture that was like in some spread for like a Cadillac, but he's all tanned up and he's
Yeah,
wearing like
yeah.
these really tight underwear. You know what picture
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Someone remade it recently.
Yeah, George Costanza did an episode of Seinfeld. He did the Burt Reynolds.
Did the Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Which your favorite Boogie? You mentioned it, so I'm going to mention it.
Boogie Nights is a good flick.
What's your favorite character in Boogie Nights?
I don't think I've ever seen Boogie
Well,
Nights.
It's not a porn movie. It's a movie about porn
I'm
movies.
which is like a
aware of
softcore
what
porn
Boogie
movie.
Nights
is.
It
It's a
pushes
softcore
the R
porn
rating
movie.
way
Yeah.
up there.
Oh yeah, Dirt Diggler.
You know I want to say Roller Girl, but
Roller Girl's interesting.
Roller Girl's not-
After seeing Hangover, I can't look at Roller Girl anymore.
That's
Same
true.
character, you know?
She played a whore in that movie.
Yeah.
That's true.
My favorite character is the Black Cowboy.
Remember when they had roller derby?
Yeah.
Like the fighting roller
Yeah,
derby?
and that's why the character of Roller Girl came from. She was supposed to be a tough, fighty, pretty roller skating girl. Now, the Black Cowboy in Boogie Nights is the one who was also in Ocean's 11. I can't think of his name. He's
Oh,
also in that Rain on Me movie with the
did he
9/11.
die? No, he died too.
No, he's still alive.
Barney Mac?
No, not Dirty. It's not Bernie Mac. You're thinking of the other guy. Yes, the other black guy in Ocean's 11 who had that British accent. He was the guy.
Oh, Don Cheadle. That's
Don
right.
Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Cheadle.
Yes.
Don Cheadle.
He's also in the
Cheadle.
Iron Man. Yes.
Yes, Don Cheadle. Great character in Boogie Nights. My favorite scene of Boogie Nights of all time is because all he wants to do is get out of porn, right?
That's right. I forgot.
And he wants to open up a audio store where he sells stereos. So he's
Listen
going.
to the sound,
So he's
yeah.
going to. So this is the best part, right? So he has his pregnant wife in the car. He goes and grabs some donuts to bring to
Well, she
her.
was a white woman at the time, extremely racy.
Yeah, well, it's 70s. Anything's possible at this point, right? It's Boogie Nights. So he goes into the convenience store, and the guy comes in and robs the convenience store, and then the robber has a gun to the guy behind the store, but then there's another guy sitting behind in the back that has a gun, and then the guy who owns the convenience store pulls out a gun, and all three of them shoot each other, kill each other, and they see him. Don Cheever's sitting there with blood all over him, and
Don Sheba. Like
and
Sheba.
the bag of money is sitting there. So what does he do? He takes the money and opens up an audio store. So he doesn't have to do porn anymore. One of the most disturbing scenes in that movie is the scene where Dirk Diggler's at his very low, and he's in the parking lot with that guy. You remember this scene? And the guy goes, "Yeah, I want you to, play it yourself and for $50 or something like that."
And Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg's, doing this thing, and then all of a sudden after he's done, they pull him out of the car and beat him up.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't understand why you do that for. I mean, that seems a little extreme.
Very.
Well, how about the point where there's that lady who was the porn star that who kept cheating on her husband, and it was the guy who was in what's that show with the low life people?
There's a lot of people.
Oh my God, what's the name of the movie? Like the terrible people, like they don't care about. It's on TV right now. The guy was in Fargo.
The terrible people.
Yeah, they're like the name is Shameless. The main
Yeah.
character.
I know who you're talking about. The blonde guy with the mustache.
Yeah. So
That
he's
guy's
in
weird.
Boogie Nights, and his wife keeps cheating on him. So he goes to a party, and he walks into the room, and his wife's cheating on him again. So he goes back into the car. It's a great scene, the way it's filmed. And he grabs a gun, he goes into the room, blows her away, blows the guy she's cheating away, and then goes into the party while everyone's there and blows himself away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Very extreme scene, but the videography of it was amazing. They never. It was that scene in Goodfellas where they never stopped filming. Like when Henry and
it's one tracking shot.
Yeah, Henry comes out of the car with Karen, and he walks down the stairs, through the cabana, to the table, through the kitchen, all that stuff. One shot. One kick.
Tracking shot.
That movie was the same exact thing. It was boom, he fell into the bedroom. He sees, goes back to his car, gets the gun, comes back into the house, goes in there, blows everyone away, comes into the living room, says hi everyone, and blows his head
Did you
off.
see the movie Birdman with Michael Keaton? The whole
I wanted
movie
to see
is
that.
like one tracking shot.
Is it really?
But I'm calling conspiracy. There's got to be some edits in there, and they made it look like that. Because this whole movie, I swear to God, it's almost just one giant tracking shot.
It's very fascinating how they do that.
There's another movie out that came out. It was filmed in almost like a GoPro fashion.
Okay.
It was an action movie. I can't remember what the hell the name was.
Oh, Hardcore Henry?
Yes.
Yeah. I never saw it.
That would be my porn name.
Was that your nickname in high school?
It looked good. Like, it was filmed in all first person.
The first person, yes. It was just constant go.
It was like first
That
person
would make you
shooting
nauseous,
movie.
I think. Like so you as you watch
You
on
were
the
the main
screen.
First person perspective is just
You're
all
looking at
action all
everything?
the time. Yeah.
You're the main character.
See, I can't play video games like that. I have to see the character. I can never play the video game where my eyes are the character. I can't do that because the reason is because I feel I need to see. Even though in real life you don't see behind you and above you and stuff like this, when I'm playing the video game, I feel more comfortable. Like I never want to be in the car. I want to be above the car and be able to see it next to me.
Do you dream that way too? When you dream, are you see yourself more?
That's powerful.
I
I don't know. That's a good question.
Hold on. Just
I don't think I know this answer.
Continue the conversation because if you dream in first person, it's actually there's a terminology for that.
Yeah, like a serial killer?
No, it's lucid dreaming.
No, that's different. Lucid dreaming is like you're
That's
leaving
not
your
that
body.
thing. That's you seeing you from the outside then.
Yeah, like
So most
lucid
of your
dreaming is
dreams
like
are in
your
first person then. It's the other way around. You dream in first person.
I wish I could. I
But
prefer
lucid
to.
dreaming is actually kind of real. It's supposedly real.
Well, in real life, I wish I could drive looking at my car too. Like I was above my car looking when I'm driving, because then I could see all the cars around me.
No, but like you're not lucid dreaming if it's like kind of like a fantasy, not real, but like you're seeing
I
yourself.
lucid dream a lot.
No, that's not lucid dreaming.
No,
lucid
I'm saying-
dreaming is like, okay, it's snowing outside, but you fell asleep and you're actually out in the snow in your dream. That's lucid dreaming because you're experiencing something that is actually really happening and you're asleep because you left your body. That's lucid dreaming.
Is that like when you're dreaming and like say your alarm's going off, but there's like a fire alarm in your dream? Like you actually hear the alarm?
No, that's more of a sound cue that's kind of just alerting you to something. Lucid dreaming is something that's really happening.
It's like when you're dreaming of a white Christmas.
What kind of white Christmas?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the alarm's going off, but there's like something in my dream that's going off that's like an alarm.
No, because it's not the same. That's something that it could be like
A fire engine or something in your dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're saying.
It's like when Tommy's having explosive diarrhea, and I just think I'm dreaming about Susan having it, and then I wake up and I smell it, and Tommy has it.
I've experienced something of that when remember they shit on themselves.
Yeah. A nice reality check is when you see two dogs who are used to be golden labs who are now brown labs.
God.
You know something's not right.
Yeah. Looks like, did you guys play in the mud, or did you just...
They played in the mud, alright.
Did you have mud? Did you have the bud mud?
The bud mud.
So, I don't know, we covered, what did we cover today? Star Wars, and we covered all of Joe's girls I hooked him up with. That's basically what we talked about today.
Relationships. We talked about a lot of things today.
Yeah. No, but in the summary, we didn't get to
No football today.
how Adam went crazy over the internet being now taken over. Now that passed.
Thank you for waking me up that day.
No problem. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was
about
very
that.
angry
I thought
about
you
You
were
are
for your brother's
out
birthday.
of control.
I was. It's annoying, and now it's gonna get worse.
I think that was
Give it
episode
5 years.
36, maybe.
Give it 5. I thought you were out your brother for his birthday. Sorry.
I think it was the day before.
We talked about. We didn't talk about. I don't know, the new tax bill. That's not really a bill.
Oh God, who's that woman that's like Trump? Was it Huckabee? That woman?
She
that-
is a hideous woman.
I look at her, I just want to punch her in the
She's
face.
terrible.
She's got like a lopsided eyes.
I think. Well,
And
yeah,
what's her name?
it's Huckabee Sanders. It's Mike Huckabee's daughter.
Yeah, and what's her first name? Oh my God. I just hate looking at her.
Oh my, Katie or something like that.
She doesn't
or-
even have to talk. I just want to punch her in the face.
Oh my God,
It's
Sarah.
Julia Roberts.
It's Sarah Huckabee.
And she only get the job because she's Mike Huckabee's daughter. But one eye's looking left, one eye's looking right.
They're lopsided.
They put so much damn makeup on her.
Like
I swear they CGI her
one's
face.
One's up, one's down.
Because I've Googled her before, and she looks like the wreck of the Hesperus. And I swear to God, they put some like CGI shit on her to make her look partially decent.
She would make my top
And then
5.
she always has a look like one nostril was up, like she's smelling shit or something like that. And she's like almost looks like she's paralyzed from fear.
She doesn't even need to talk. I just want to punch her in the
And when
face.
she talk, and like this cute Southern accents, but she has that dirty like Arkansas, like I had sex with my cousin accent kind of thing going on. Like I don't know what's going on tonight.
I can't stand her.
Yeah. So what about her?
I wanted to get in her today, but we don't have time. Honestly,
just bashed the
That was the preamble.
she would make my top 10 like of people I just want to punch in the face this year. Not even getting into
Would
politics.
you ever have sex with her?
Never.
Never.
There's no amount of alcohol ever.
No?
Her eyes are lopsided.
It doesn't matter. Your eyes are closed usually. If you spin
If
it
you
around.
were like me last night, you might not be able to tell that the eyes are lopsided.
That's true.
Sort of, he's gonna match her.
You don't think you would have a howdy old time with her?
Fuck no.
No, I don't think. Yeah.
Because she'd probably like scold me and be like, she'd
Yeah.
probably have that stupid look on her face.
First of all, you'd be out of her real wheelhouse.
I couldn't keep a
because
heart on with her.
You're out of her
No way.
wheelhouse because you're not related to her, so you're already out of the picture on that one. Maybe you
true.
can lie and say you're a distant cousin of some sort, or from I don't know,
God.
one of those cousins from the Ozarks up there in eastern Arkansas.
Honey, we got this down to a
But,
5-point game, 4-point game.
Yeah, so what are you going to talk about her for? You just mentioned her.
4-point game.
Well,
That's the reason.
when we get her, no, I look at her and it's like, this is a fucking
wow.
bitch. I just want to punch her in the face. I don't think there's anybody that can look at her.
I do like how it says we're going to save $2,000. And I'm a Trump supporter, but we're going to save $2,000 a household. Okay, which works to be about when you do the math, and that's based on a household of 4. So that's $500 a person. Based over the course of the year is about 20 cents a day. We'll be saving. That in 10 years when this expires, we'll be actually paying up to 50 cents a day more. So it's going to be a 70-cent swing. Granted, granted, we're all in the middle class. I think they're predicting we're all going to be in the upper class by then. We'll be all set. There she is. That's
Oh God, I just
Yeah.
can't. I just can't.
She's looking at me. She's
And
looking
had
at
to
you.
pick she's wearing pink
She's
in that
wearing
photo.
pink.
She just had to pick. You had to pick a pink photo.
I feel bad. Everyone's
I
going to bash us
fucking
for
hate
making
that
fun of her,
woman.
but she's annoying.
She has the face that I just want to. I just want somebody to run up to the stage and punch her.
Well, Joe's
stand her.
punchable face is Julia Childs. I mean, Julia Roberts.
Well, Julia Child was a spy for America. Did you know that?
She was, yeah. You ever
was
see the
fine.
movie, Julia?
No, I have not.
It's a good movie.
But
I think it's
she
called
was
Julia. Yeah, he doesn't like Julia Roberts.
Oh, that's okay.
Love Julia Roberts.
She's a bitch in real life.
Yeah. Well,
You know what her best movie is?
here we go.
I don't know. I haven't found one.
You don't like her as Tinkerbell? And Hook?
I can't stand. I don't know.
No?
I
She's a
don't
redhead.
know. I
She's
just.
played a good hooker.
I can't stand her.
Pretty
She's a
woman.
redhead. Never trust the gingers.
She's a redhead in real life?
I don't know. Her
Really?
Capital One
I
commercial.
don't think you're thinking of the same lady.
Either she's a strawberry blonde or I think she's a redhead.
Really? I've only seen her with brown
Credit card
hair.
commercials piss me off.
Julia Roberts?
She's a redhead or strawberry blonde?
She's a blonde and pretty woman, but I think she's a
No,
brunette.
she is not a blonde and pretty woman.
She's not?
She wore a wig. She wore a
wearing
blonde wig.
blonde wig in the beginning, but then she shows that she has natural red hair.
And she was turning tricks on the side of the highway.
Don't trust gingers. Telling you.
Now, do you sympathize in the character of Richard Gere in that movie, or do you think he's a pervert?
Which movie is this?
I honestly,
woman.
I've never seen the whole movie, but seriously, he hired an escort.
But he didn't hire her, he picked her up off the
Ford
street.
Escort?
So, like, do you picture, was Richard Gere a pervert in this movie, or was he just looking for companionship, and he was just awkward?
I can't remember the movie.
He said he hated making the movie. That's like the #1 movie he hates
Really?
in his career.
Why
That's
is
the
that?
movie that made him. That's what. That's I hate.
I don't know, no
that
one knew who
actor.
Richard Gere was. They just thought he was a part of a
Mothman
cop.
Prophecies?
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
love
some
That could have been
interview I
great.
was watching, he said he
It was good.
absolutely hated
It wasn't bad. It
because
could have been a lot
was
better,
so
though.
degrading, and
Really?
he's not that type of person.
See, Richard Gere made picking up a hooker cool.
Put that in a t-shirt.
But do hookers look like Julia Roberts?
No, not most of the streetwalkers.
No, streetwalkers. No, definitely
streetwalker.
not.
No.
They look
But
bad.
but you could justify it. If you're like your wife was obsessed with Richard Gere, right? And you got caught for hooker, you could be like, I'm just trying to be like the guy you're obsessed with.
Yeah,
How many times have guys tried to use that line and it worked?
I don't know.
Richard Gere made picking up a hooker look cool.
I like that. You should put that in. And Joe's Tees coming this fall. Joe's opening up a t-shirt line
Fall
called
that never
Joe's
comes.
Tees. That would be a great t-shirt.
Richard Gere made picking up a hooker look
You know
cool.
who would wear a t-shirt like that?
I do know who wears
Yes.
it.
Do
Yep.
you know
Eric,
who-
we all know.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric definitely would.
Eric would wear a t-shirt like that. I would actually buy it for him. I might actually make it for him. And you could have a picture of Richard Gere for like a thumbs up. Like, yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad we brought up a movie that came out 35 years ago,
Multiple times.
and we brought up the Huckabee woman. She's married too.
Yeah.
She's not a bad-looking guy either. But you gotta think, what's his intentions?
And I mean, she works for Trump, and nobody likes Trump, so she's probably doing it for political reasons.
True.
She's just doing this to deal with it.
Maybe she's a really nice girl.
No.
She doesn't really
Tommy.
sound very intelligent when she talks.
Her husband probably wants to suffocate him with a pillow at night. Seriously. There's nothing on. Just look at her.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Seriously, just look
You're
at
the
her.
type of girl your husband wants to suffocate in a pillow at night.
I bet he rolls over, looks at her, and just wants to take his pillow and just end it.
Do you guys know how old she is?
End it.
About
She's like 35.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's 35.
went
She's
younger.
a year. She's
Really?
our age. She's our age. Yeah,
Whoa.
she was aged. She aged very. She aged like cheese left out on the counter.
She's baking in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She aged like seafood in your trunk in July.
Seriously, I want somebody to sit in her press conference, but prior to that, go to the bank, change a 10, get a roll of quarters, and just punch her in the face.
Jesus
Like, I
Christ.
can't
I don't think
stand
I don't think you can say
Huckabee.
that about a political figure.
Look at her. Like, I just
Look at her. I don't like her because her
let
eyes
her
go
talk.
sideways.
I bet if you listen to her talk, just sit
I'm
there.
just taking it to a whole nother level.
Sit
here.
there
He
and
said she's
listen
an
to her.
unattractive woman.
Listen to
He's
her.
Losing his voice
No.
over this.
No, he's talking
I
about
want you to listen to
insulting
her talk for 5 minutes. I bet you can't do it. I bet you
No,
can't.
I don't think anyone can. I think-
Exactly.
I've literally tried, and I changed the channel. She could be saying like, "Hey, aliens are taking over this planet." And
So
I'm
who
like,
do you
"Oh,
hate
next
more,
one."
Arty? That lady or that new weather guy?
Oh, fucking Joe Cantone, that dick.
Oh, I know you love him.
What's his name? Jim Cantone.
I know you're just.
I'm Jim Cantone. He made weather tough. Watch out! I'm gonna beat up you, weather. Because I have meatloafs under my arms, and I work out, and I can't fit into my LL Bean jacket, but I'm fighting weather. And then he must sit there in the morning show. You guys ever watch Weather Channel in the morning?
I
Like
have.
that
I know
blonde
you're
broad
talking about. Oh,
who's
yes.
just flaky as a Captain Crunch flake. And he must sit there and he's like, "Oh, I'm about the weather," and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna be funny today in Florida." And he either wants to sleep with her or he wants to beat her.
So
like,
let me.
just
Can I
get
ask
her,
you?
know,
Can I ask you a serious question?
yeah,
Why do you continue watching the Weather Channel?
because
It's good to love to hate.
because you know what? When you wake up in the morning and you get onto this traffic in Route 1, you really want the aggression. You really want to work yourself up to a rage. You know what I mean?
I
Why
understand
would
that.
you want to work yourself like down into like a calm attitude and approach it as I'm gonna be in traffic and I know it,
Yeah.
as opposed to I'm gonna be in traffic. I hate Jim Cantone.
Sometimes I've screamed that out. I hate Jim Cantone. He's such a douche.
He is a douche. He's up there. He's a douche.
Like he's like, oh wow, weather, whoa, it made weather tough again. You know what I mean? It's like
I actually once said I was gonna Chuck Norris the raindrops.
that's a weatherman.
No, I was like getting really mad that it rained out, and I was like, I just want to Chuck Norris these raindrops out of my way.
Jim Cantone, the Weather Channel. Do you remember the time we talked about this like a few months ago, and then I tweeted him the episode of our radio show, and I said,
Yes, I
tune
remember
into
this.
like
I
minute
do remember this.
45. We talk about you. I wonder if you ever listened. The guy doesn't care.
He seems like the kind of guy that's in love with himself, so he
Brady
probably
Breeze
did.
liked it.
Brady Breeze like this when I mentioned him.
Yeah, Brady Breeze.
Maybe Jim Cantone's a really nice guy. Maybe Sarah Huckabee, whatever.
She's not.
What would you
She's
do if
a
you
nice
got Jim
girl.
Cantone and Sarah Huckabee into a room together?
I'd actually like to see that.
Just let it
Open invitation to the Arty 84 show. If you guys are interested in coming here, we'll have the three of us.
Sarah
plus you
Huckabee
two.
with your lopsided eyes.
Joey
Sit
and Adam
there
might be sitting
with
on the
your
floor. I don't
stupid
think
face.
Jim could fit into one of those Red Sox seats
No.
because he's so wide-bodied. I'm going to have to take a bar off.
Although- oh, God.
We can have Alex Wallace over here and Fatty Man at the same time to prove they're not the same person. We can have a huge... It'd be a 4-hour show. It would make Stern... It'd be like Howard Stern better.
Probably.
Howard Stern better.
This show's nothing but a poor man's Howard Stern. That's all it is.
It's true.
It comes down to it. We have how many viewers?
It's a 3-point game now. Minute 31.
We have 98 viewers, 5 comments, 2 from the same person, and yeah, I'd say life is looking good. You know,
Celtics on
it's
the
mostly
verge
my
of
aunt.
winning.
My aunt has much have nothing better to do than watch the Arty 84 show on a Wednesday night.
Celtics are on the verge of
But,
coming back.
What's the where we at right now?
3
I
points.
didn't know what they were doing. Miami's not like.
Oh,
3 points.
what other things annoy you while we're on a roll here?
Annoys me.
Yeah.
Families that take up the whole walkway in a store.
I hate that. And especially during the holidays. We're tight for space as it is in these malls and shopping places. You should be not walking 7 wide with your entire family. What the hell is wrong with
2
people?
wide, 3 max.
3 max, and that's maybe because you have a kid between you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than that, you go into pairs of 2 and you shuffle behind each other.
7 wide. I can't do that.
And there's no need for the whole entire family to go to Walmart on a Tuesday. Okay?
8 o'clock at night.
I don't need grandma,
They're
grandpa,
Indian.
your
I bet they're
second
fucking
uncle, your
Indian.
cousin, your mom, your dad, your daughters, and your dogs there at the same time.
They're usually
When I'm
Indian
trying to buy underwear.
people. When it's that late, they're always Indian people.
Well, listen, I'm not picking on any particular
I am.
people. Here we
I'm
go.
sorry, but they usually are. And don't get me started. You can't open this can of worms because now you're getting me talking about cyclists, bicycle people.
Well, we already know you hate remember at the time you were laughing at the guy who got hit by a bike. That's
Yup.
not the old radio
That's so
station.
rude. I disagree with you on that one.
The
Why?
bicyclists- Yeah, I'm not a fan.
What?
I have to agree with Adam on this. Not a fan of the bicyclists.
Why?
Why are you?
Here's the thing.
You don't own the road.
No,
you
no.
have a lane,
All right, this is-
and you think you own the road?
No, if they have their lane, I agree. Stay in your
Oh,
lane.
you know what? I have something that pisses me off.
What's that? This is the areas of grievance day in the
No, I
episode.
want to get back to Joe. What?
I don't mind. I don't mind bicyclists.
I don't like when they drive on the road.
Why? They have to abide by the same rules, but they often act like they don't have to. They go through lights, but they should stop. They have to
If they drive, like, there are certain people that...
No, get out of my
ride their bikes,
fucking
like,
lane.
They
Yeah.
have their own lane.
Yeah, no, it's
Exactly.
fine. When they have their
Stay in
own
your
lane,
lane.
stay in your lane. I don't need you driving. Did you ever hear about the guy that was? Oh my god!
First of
I
all,
ever
they should go back to the side.
Did I ever tell you the story?
But
I
that's
was heading to like the radio station one night, and this idiot on a bike is driving 5 miles per hour down Mass Ave, right? So I'm leaning on my fucking horn at this asshole to get out of my way, and he's just cycling around. So we get to a red light. He parks his bike, comes over to my van, and starts banging on the side of it.
Oh my god!
Like a lunatic, and then takes his gum out and smears it over my windshield, kicks my
That's
van,
awesome.
jumps back on his bike, and goes the opposite direction on a one way. And I go, that mother... it happened so quickly, because what I would have done was I would have chased after... I would have parked my van in the middle of the street and chased after him with a tire iron.
That'd been awesome.
But I couldn't think fast enough because
Yeah,
I was
when
shocked.
shit that happens,
know
you
what's
know
I
what
was
to do.
like, what is
Bang,
it?
bang, bang!
It was like happened in literally 10 seconds. I was just going on. I was just like... I don't even think I had my van. I think it was I had my
Wow.
Honda. So,
Oh, shit.
we're down by
I think
4.
that was Olenek that just slammed that ball over 2 defenders. And he's not even... There he
We
is.
got a foul here.
Oh, he's
Alright,
injured.
53
He's injured, big time.
Who's that? Little
It's
Linux?
fine.
Did you
He's
see
done.
the, you see
Oh,
the
yeah.
dunk?
Oh, Kelly.
Did you see the dunk?
He
though?
landed on his knee.
Oh.
Big old Linux down.
He
We're
slammed over 2 people. Look at this.
We're keeping this show a little longer tonight because it's 53 seconds left in the Celtics game. Oh, God, he's done for career.
Oh.
Right in his ankle. Oh, my God. That hurts.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that can't be good.
He's not hamming that up. That was
Nah,
painful.
he's going to be spending many nights on South Beach nursing that
The dunk
ankle.
was impressive.
At least he tried to get up, though.
Yeah.
The dunk was very impressive.
It was pretty impressive.
So, all right, before he shoots this, we're down by 4.
You know,
Listen,
actually, I
Kyrie's
got one more thing
shooting
that pisses me off.
Oh, this is Brown. Yeah, sure. Who?
You should...
This 53 seconds is going to take an hour and a half anyway, so we have plenty of time.
And he missed the first one.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
You-
That's good.
People use common sense.
Yeah. Well,
Don't wear black pants and a black coat
Yeah, and cross
At
the
night.
street.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
across the
idea.
street.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that.
No.
No.
Bad
That
idea.
is, like... I honestly don't, I think black coats should be outlawed.
Yeah, that's
I think every black coat sold should have a reflector on the back that flashes.
Something.
I was going to say, if you're going to
Something.
do that, then have a reflector.
Because people just jet across the street
Yeah.
in the middle of the night
There's
Or
nothing I want
in New England at 5 o'clock in the
There's,
afternoon.
there's nothing I want in the holiday season than driving down the street and hearing boom, 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 boom on my hood, and I'm like, what did I hit? And
Like-
there's a human
Yeah.
hanging onto my windshield wiper as I'm cruising down the highway.
And it's your fault. But
It's my
they're wearing
fault.
all
Always
black.
your fault.
They're
Yeah.
wearing all black
Yeah.
crossing the street.
I agree.
Like,
And you shouldn't be riding a bike at night when you don't have one of those blinkies in the
wearing
back.
black clothes.
Wearing black clothes. Like, you're pretty much invisible at that point.
Agreed.
If you want to go invisible, dress in black and driving the roads at night. Especially if it's Susie J's headlights in her car are as dim as the
Still
as-
figure
as-
those out?
No, it's as dim as looking into the moon. They're so dim, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what's wrong with them. They're so dim. It's like having a flashlight. The batteries are dying,
Yeah.
and you can tell it's like, oh, I can illuminate an
It's
inch
kind
in
of a
front of me.
yellow-
She mentioned
we,
something
like,
about that right when
yeah.
she got the car.
Yeah, she needs new lights. I don't know what the hell. I was dicking around with them. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, that was your problem. You were digging around with it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I need to bail for a minute.
What's his name? Richard Gere picking up hookers cool again.
Look, Richard Gere picking up hookers is cool.
Look cool. There you go.
On that note.
Backwards.
All right, 37 seconds left. We're down by 3. What's the game plan here? You go for the 3 or do you go for the 2 and hope to foul, get the ball back? It depends how fast you get it, though, right?
I think you go for the 2, and then you steal the inbound.
You need a quick
slam
2.
It like last night.
Well, you need a quick 2 because you have 37 seconds left,
Still
24
very
on a
impressive.
shot.
It was.
That was a pretty good
Hopefully
shot.
Smart doesn't get the ball because he'll try to shoot a 3.
But he's good at the 3.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Career high,
He's like Paul
32
Pierce.
points.
Yes.
Paul Pierce would shoot a 3 at the end of the game, and he was like a 50-50 if he's going to get it or not.
50-50, like 1 out of 10.
That's true. But that 1 out of 10 make you forget about all the times you missed it.
50-50, you'd be the best 3-point shooter in NBA history.
So he's got the Celtics get the ball back. We got 30.
I don't trust Smart right now. Don't give it to Smart. Don't.
It's all Kyrie.
No, he's going to go in for the 2.
There you go.
Boom. Did he get the foul? No, he didn't get the foul.
Steal
Okay.
the inbound and dunk it like last night.
Well, there's a differential on the shot clock, so even if they get 2, we can still get a 3 to win. We don't foul here, though, so we don't give it to him. But we get ourselves
Slobbering.
3 seconds to get down the court, so...
It's not a lot of time.
No, so... You're going to try to steal it. Ideally, it would be stealing.
Or something like
Something
that.
like that. Call timeout, then you get the ball on the other end of the court.
Are they really going to steal
6,
another one?
7... Well, it's not stealing, they already have the ball.
Yeah, but they're down 1.
Yeah, so they don't have to steal the ball. They have to
No,
just
they're really
pass
going
it
to
and
steal
shoot.
another victory.
Oh. Dude, it's been their MO this year.
You missed the one last night.
Well, yeah, 2 nights ago because...
Oh, it was 2 nights ago?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah.
I was getting my tire fixed.
We were down like 7 with like 35
I
seconds left.
didn't
I
want
let the wife
Wow.
use the car and she hits a pothole. It's not her fault, but the streets... That section of Route 1, you know what I'm talking about, in Chelsea, when you're going around the curve. Do you drive Route 1 at all over and off the Tobin that much?
Not over the Tobin, no.
Like, as soon as you get off the Tobin Bridge, from the Tobin Bridge all the way to, like, Revere, it's like Mario Kart. There's potholes everywhere.
Rainbow Road.
Well, it sounds like they should elect somebody who would fix that.
Well, that would have been a Chelsea official or a state official for that matter. It wouldn't be
try
this
that.
guy. Notice the tone of the show has changed since I'm not running for elected official anymore. Except Adam's being very extreme about.
He's very extreme today.
Would you ever pick up a hooker?
No.
No, you wouldn't, Richie
If
Garrett.
she needed a
No.
ride home.
No.
Unless she needed a ride home, that's a good excuse to the cop. Officer, I wasn't picking up a hooker. This poor woman just needed a ride home. I was just providing her a public service. I was being a good Samaritan.
Why do they call them hookers anyway? It's not like they go fishing.
Imagine having a hooker with a hook hand. Be a
No.
double hooker.
Double hooker?
Both hands.
A double triple hooker?
I go
get-
fishing with my
All right, here we go. We got 6 seconds left. We need a basket to win. That's it. Just one basket.
3.
2 points. We need 2 points.
2.
2 seconds left. Who got the ball? And he misses it.
And they played down in the competition.
Really?
Totally.
Here's the thing. Why didn't you drive the ball and try to draw the foul with a layup, Kyrie?
They should have beat them, and they know it because
Oh.
they played down.
You know what he should have done? He should have drove the ball right in. He went for the jumper. Didn't go for the jumper. If he drove through, he would have got a foul. And even if he didn't get the foul, he would have had a better chance of the layup. He wasn't getting that ball stolen right there. It went right through. He thought he was Jordan. Kyrie, you're not Jordan. Don't shoot the J. Don't shoot the J. He thought it was Jordan right there. That's a Jordan shot. Jordan gets that shot 9 out of 10 times. Everyone else 50% of the time.
Poor Kyrie. Oh well.
Do you see what the Celtics did tonight? They didn't give. No, they usually do that player movie on the screen.
Yeah.
They didn't do that for Olympic.
What did he get?
He got the Outstanding Person Award. You know that award they give out to the Outstanding Citizen? Everyone claps
Yeah,
it?
like the special needs
like
kid.
a Heroes Among Us award.
Yeah.
They gave him a Heroes Among Us award instead of a movie.
Oh man. Well, I mean, let's face it. Olynyk wasn't exactly an all-star.
He's not exactly.
He shouldn't have gotten
Paul
a movie
Pierce.
anyway. So
Yeah. I mean, there's in the last few years, there's 5 people that maybe should go to a movie. Paul Pierce,
Yep.
Garnett,
Yep.
even Allen when he came back, and despite how he left. I would give one to Isaiah, and that's about it. Perk got one when he came back, but
What about Allen?
Allen I'd give it to him, because he's still a good part of that team, even though he actually was shit in the playoffs.
What,
Yeah.
what about what? Oh God, what was his name? The
Big
player-
Baby got one.
No. He's not in the NBA anymore. That he played. He was like the Celtics' main guy before Paul Pierce. Black guy, he had a bunch of gambling problems.
Antoine Walker?
Yes.
Antoine Walker got one back, I bet, when he came back.
Antoine Walker. Yeah.
As Paul Pierce said when they won the championship, me and Antoine couldn't do it, but I finally got it done.
Oh God!
I loved Antoine Walker. That guy was so out of shape. He was like a Shaq, little Shaq. Do you know they drafted him before they drafted Kobe?
Oh
We
really?
could have had Kobe that year, but instead we took Antoine Walker.
Well, I mean, he wasn't bad, but
And Kobe was out of high school. He was a 17-year-old boy who really didn't know his shit yet. I mean, Kobe didn't get his groove until he met Shaq.
True.
Pre-Shaq Kobe was not that good.
True.
But, I mean, he was still only 21 years old when Shaq joined that
He was
team.
a budding young, flower.
He was. And then he broke a lot of flowers.
Sure. And then he had rape charges and
Rape
bought his wife
charges, yeah.
an amazing ring to try to cover it up.
Well, so he did that, and then Robin Thicke cheats on his wife and writes an album about it, but that didn't really take her.
True.
Because she probably woke up one morning and be like, oh shit, I'm married to Robin Thicke. What's my life coming down to? Robin Thicke will be at Mohegan Sun if you're around on New Year's Eve in Connecticut.
Did you see that Cole Hamels thing? I wrote about it today.
Oh yeah, I did read it. It was actually very nice of him.
Yeah, it's
Him
amazing.
and his wife donated their mansion in Texas
A
to special needs
$9.4
people.
million mansion.
Great.
No one can ever call him a dick ever again.
You know, white boy doesn't want to pay the taxes on it.
True.
You looking at it?
But no, I don't think I ever think Cole Hamels was an asshole anyways.
I don't think anybody ever did, but no one can ever call him one again.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
But
Where'd he go?
On that note.
unfortunately, it's probably going to cost the foundation that got that mansion probably way more money than they probably were prepared to deal with to maintain it and keep it as it is. But
Probably.
it's the thought that counts, as they say around the holidays, and it doesn't matter, what happens. It just matters what you do,
That's true.
So, and we'll leave it at this. The next time we talk to us, Christmas will be over.
Susan's gonna be a champion.
Susan's playing Ronald Doubleback in the Super Bowl this
No.
weekend.
No.
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 No? What?
Well, who's hashtag
Oh,
winner?
Podolsky, that's right. That's right, you
Hashtag
beat Doubleback.
Double back.
So Joey P should be playing.
I hope you lose.
Ooh.
I'm
Wow.
rooting
Oh my
against
God,
you, sir.
Jesus
Sorry, I am.
Christ.
I am just.
Doubleback's playing
Just-
for third against Joey P's wife. 2 girls in the playoffs this year.
I know.
And Brittany still thought she was in it.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Well, that's Brittany for you. If you guys are interested on the pack, you go to ESPN and type in the Packy League to see all the past games this year. The Mallet's in it. Myself.
Kinda.
Well, you're out now. We're all out now. At this point, it's just Susie J and Joey P, who has Bell and Zeke's coming back next week. So he's got the double
That's true.
fist pounder in the ass. But you have who's your quarterback?
Breeze, probably, right?
No.
No?
Oh, it's
Rudolph got Breeze.
It's Wilson of the
Oh,
Russell variety. Well, they're still playing for something.
that's true. I think they are technically, but they're not going to.
I just hope she wins because I already spent the money. So,
That's how I feel about my work league. I'm in the championship this year. It's me. I am in the championship, and I'm like, God damn, I'm glad I'm going to win.
I love when Eric's in the Super Bowl because he never pays. Well, he paid actually this year and last year, but it's easy for me because the years when he used to run, he used to spend the money too, and I'd be like, I'll take the money whenever in installments. So, if Susan wins, she'll get the money in installments. Nola, why are you eating that blanket for, honey? We give you food. No need to eat cotton. Jesus. I think we should leave it at this. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm going to say Merry Christmas because I'm a Catholic and I celebrate Christmas. But if you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you had a nice Hanukkah. If you're a Kwanzaa fan, have a nice Kwanzaa. Festivus is on Saturday, so if you're celebrating Festivus, have a nice Festivus.
Yes.
And don't get angry at people listening to Christmas music.
Yeah, don't get angry at
Yeah.
Christmas music. Unless it's hardcore Catholic stuff like, how Jesus Christ rolled, how snows
Jesus is the
outside,
Lord.
Jesus Christ. Like, that stuff even annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm a Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave Jesus out of Christmas.
Yes, let's do
Okay?
that.
Let's leave it at that. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
We got one
and,
more before the new year?
We do. We might actually give you a bonus episode New Year's Eve.
I think we need to make our... And I think...
We'll
I
see.
got to bring the spicy noodles over next one.
Ooh.
And we should make New Year's resolutions.
Adam, I thought you brought the spicy noodle tonight.
Oh, stop.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Everyone have a good night, and we'll see you later. Toodles.